Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Nerd Variety Podcast. We are back again on the 1st of June. Believe it or not.
It is the 1st of June.
It'll be the 2nd of
1st
June
of
when we
June.
release it, but
Yeah.
whatever.
I'm
it's
going to
June
change
now.
my calendar.
It's June. Holy crap.
It's June now, I know, right? The last couple months have been, honestly, just a bizarre blur.
Yeah.
But here we are. I am your host, Hannah, joined by host Josh.
Hey, it's me. It's Josh.
It's Josh. And host Hunter, who is currently switching.
Is far away right now.
I was changing my calendar.
Okay, all right, cool.
Oh yeah, he actually was changing his calendar.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry. Yeah. Hi. You know, actually, it's crazy. I went to the doctor on Friday, and I scheduled our next appointment. They're like, yeah, so we're gonna follow up in 4 months, so that'll be September. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
what? No, that
Yeah.
means my birthday is in like 3.
That's a whole another season.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, are we just what about summer?
He'll see you after summer.
I can't really say that I've minded 2020 going by so fast. I kind of just want it to be over.
Yeah.
I wanna press a reset button. Like, can we just go back to
again?
New Year's? Can we go back to New Year's Day
Yeah.
and just start this whole year over?
I went on a cruise at the beginning of the year with like my whole family. It was lovely. Great
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
Well, but
No.
yeah.
Actually,
anyway.
no, it was ridiculous. Like I actually texted a friend the other day. I'm like, hey, can this whole thing be over? Actually, can it be? Or I said, can everything just go back to normal? I'm like, actually, while we're changing things, can I like have more money and just
Yeah, while
a better
we're changing
job, and
reality.
can I live somewhere
Yeah.
else?
Can I
Yeah.
just go back to after I got back from Chicago, because that was fun. That was
Yeah.
probably the highlight of this year so far. Go back to after I got back from Chicago, have a winning lottery ticket, and just the rest of the year just be
There you
great.
go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
Would be
today
fun.
we're talking about something completely different. I thought it would be fun being someone who, when I was 5, my favorite movie in the whole world was Snow White. And I've been moderately obsessed with Disney princesses ever since. Thought it'd be really fun to rope these two into a Disney princess tier list.
Yeah, our hands are literally tied. If you can
Yeah.
actually see us, we can't
They
move.
can't leave. They can't leave.
We are not allowed to leave.
No.
Please send help.
But I have tried to make it a
I
little
don't
bit
know.
easier.
I don't know how I changed my calendar. That
I'm
was
crazy.
just ridiculous.
The teeth.
You have very flexible. You're very flexible in your legs.
I am.
It's a-
But I did try to make it a little bit easier on you guys and not be like, what do you think about them and how much do you like them and all this stuff. We're going to try and take a more objective, encyclopedic look at them and talk about how good of a role model are they and how well is their story written? Like, how does it stand the test of time? Because personally, 5-year-old me loved Snow White. 25-year-old me is like, that movie is...
Yeah,
meh.
Hey, yeah. What?
I mean-
Can we get a part 2 of what happened after they walk off to the sunset? Because there's going to be a lot of problems.
Yeah, I think
read Fables. You'll figure it out.
Oh yeah, well,
yeah.
it's definitely more appealing than the actual story where the wicked queen has to like wear burning hot shoes for the rest of her life, and
Good.
Is it?
yeah,
Is it more appealing than that though?
I don't know, debatable.
I watched the video about the psychologist who kind of went and examined the relationships of several of these Disney princesses, and
Mm-hmm.
they were like, this one's with Snow White's kind of problematic for many reasons. I don't know if we have time to get into them, but
We'll see.
yeah, it's just yeah.
Yeah. So because Hunter, I think, is probably the most uncomfortable with this topic, I'm gonna.
Mhm.
Why would I be uncomfortable?
Not uncomfortable. Uncomfortable meaning like not comfortable. Like
Not well versed.
Not well. Yeah.
I
that's a good thing.
figured that's what
Yeah.
uncomfortable means.
Hey, I'm a math
It means
teacher.
not comfortable.
Okay. I'm gonna let you pick who we do first. Which Disney princess are you most familiar with?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, you,
Um,
Hunter.
the Leia.
Okay.
She's not on this.
Figured. She's not on our list here, but we can write her in.
I'm familiar with Snow White from The Wolf Among Us and Fables. So
Not-
if we're
not
accepting
the-
that,
No, we're not.
Uh,
I will accept Leia. I will
Alright,
accept
try-
Leia. We can put her
yeah.
in first.
yeah, let's try Leia.
I'll go ahead and say that she should just be S tier.
she is. Yeah, that's
I think
not
she's
even a question. She
well.
was-
Okay, so our three criteria are: first of all, do we like her?
Yes.
That's kind of
Yes,
the least
yes,
important criteria,
yes.
honestly. We like her. We
Yes,
enjoy
we
her
like
as a
her.
character. How about is she a good role model?
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like from reading bits and pieces like Star Wars comics and like new Star Wars comics, and
Mhm.
then seeing her in her character develop over the 3 movies, and then in seeing her in the sequel trilogy, it's like, yeah, she's got a good head on her shoulders,
Mhm.
and she definitely knows how to lead, and she's very she has a good moral compass.
Yeah, and she's very brave and outgoing and like
Yes.
all sorts of wonderful things. And I think also it's nice that she's not like a role model in terms of like she's not like stereotypically feminine.
Yeah, which is strange because like back in like the 70s 80s, that's what most
Yeah,
chicks
like she's
chicks
very
were like,
independent. Yeah, or chicks were told that's what they were supposed to be like.
Mhm.
Yeah, but she's very independent. And then the third criteria is it a good story? Which I think we would all say, yeah.
Except the part where she kisses her brother, but yeah, it's a great story.
Yeah, but yeah, other than that.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on.
Maybe
She's
I
our
should get off
first
Reddit
S
right
tier.
now so I can pay attention.
Probably. For the rest of these, we're going to attempt to go kind of chronologically in terms of when the movies were released. So our next one would be our girl Snow White. Again, I loved her as a kid, but her voice is so annoying. It's like incredibly. It's so high pitched. It like hurts my ears at this
You
point.
don't like that? You don't like that scratchy record player?
No.
Shrill voice that she has.
Good.
The animals seem to like it. Maybe it's because they can.
I mean, that's fair. They respond to high frequencies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hunter, what do you have to say about Snow White? Get on you.
She's pretty determined. She gives Bigby a few extra chances, and she works well with him. I
Can we
think,
mute him?
even though things are
We're just not talking to Hunter
in
anymore.
their time.
Hunter, did you actually see Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
Probably. I assume I've seen all of these at some point. Actually, that's false. There's like at least 3 of these that I know I haven't seen.
Okay, please tell the class which ones you haven't seen whenever the character comes up.
Okay. And again, the ones I have seen, it's been a long time, and I'm still mostly assuming I've seen them.
Right.
I'm going to go ahead, and you guys are welcome to fight me on this. I'm going to put Snow White in F tier.
How dare you?
Okay,
Yeah,
explain yourself, Hunter.
She helps out Bigby, and she runs
we gotta
all
keep
of...
this. Hunter, please.
As far as being like she is the first of the princesses, but yeah, she was the first. That was the first Disney animated movie.
1937.
Yep. Sorry.
So she's 83.
She old.
Yeah. I feel like the story itself is okay. It definitely has not aged super well, just in terms of like.
No.
It's sort of a basic fairy tale. It's not really anything special.
Yeah.
And I don't really know how I feel about her as a role model either. She
No.
doesn't really have much of a personality.
Was
honestly.
she a role model in 1937?
Maybe.
I don't know. She's just so like nothing to me at this point. Like, I don't know.
She
cleans a lot, which is cool.
She's very, I guess, compassionate to animals.
She's very gullible.
And very, I guess, motherly, and like she has a lot of the bearings of just someone who's very, she's a very caring, nurturing character. But I don't see that as going anywhere after that.
Yeah. Well, and I talked to my sister about doing this tier list, and she said that one of the things we could talk about is just like how feminist they are in terms of like how much of a role model. And I definitely feel like Snow White's not very feminist. She's like, I'm just gonna live in this house with these guys and do all their chores for them, and it's just like, be your own woman, Snow White.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
She has to run all of Fabletown, which is
I will hurt you next time I see you.
Well, that's a good point, though. Like, what happened? Like, I was talking earlier about what happened to her and the prince, whoever, at the end of the movie.
I think he was actually just Prince Charming. Maybe his name was like John, or I don't remember.
I think he was Prince Charming because
Prince Charming's
they have
Cinderella.
Again, I'm basing my knowledge of a lot of these characters off of fables, and in that at least they referenced Prince Charming as her ex, as Snow's ex.
Florian, I think is his name. Prince Florian.
Okay, but it could still be Prince Charming. I don't know.
No, Prince Charming's from Cinderella.
He could be both. It's very possible.
All these nameless princesses or
Anyway. I'm leaving her in F tier unless anyone has a serious problem with it.
Yeah, that psychologist was like, what's going to happen after like the sunset? They walk right up to the sunset. Like, is she going to take over the kingdom? Is she fit to rule? How's the relationship between her and the prince? They never shared any real dialogue.
In her defense, she is like 14 or younger in the movie, so like she has some growing up to do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Real quick, Snow White, was that Sleeping Beauty? It was, right?
No.
Is that different?
No.
Yes.
Yo. Hey, Hunter. I think Sleeping Beauty's down on the tier list.
This is Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah,
Princess Aurora.
She's right there.
Actually, I was gonna ask, who is that one? Because I have no idea.
Oh my god! All right, I'm moving on. We're moving to Cinderella.
He is
moving to Cinderella.
He is on that too. He is Snow White. He is with Snow White. And Sleeping Beauty and the other one, the thing. See, I look up things.
Cinderella. Where are we putting Cinderella? I still think she's like not super interesting. I was gonna give her a C.
Why?
Maybe D.
You think
C plus, C minus, maybe.
She definitely is more like
we don't curve here.
Yeah, we do.
She definitely is like more independent and stands up for herself a little bit more.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
But
yeah, she's kind of an upgraded Snow White, I would say.
Yeah, she definitely like knows what she wants and like tries to go for it as best she can. She's like, I'm gonna make my own dress and go to the ball and meet a prince.
Yeah.
And actually, it wasn't meet a prince. She's like, I just want to go dance. So I respect that.
Didn't the animals make that for her?
Well, she made it, and then like she didn't have time to make it, and then the animals made it.
Oh, the animals
sisters tore it up, and then she had a fairy godmother, and
yeah.
So she had someone else solve all her problems.
She didn't really do much for herself. She felt like she wanted to, but she didn't really at the end.
Yeah, I think she definitely had some. I guess she had to kind of build some self-esteem.
Yeah,
and it seemed like she may have gained some at the end of the movie because she asked to try on the shoe.
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna say gain some weight.
Or something. Like, oh my god!
What? She got fat.
That's what happens at the end. She gained some weight.
I like having her in D, and I think that's where Princess Aurora should go as well.
And that you said is Sleeping Beauty?
That's Sleeping Beauty, yeah. She was very much like, I just don't want to live at home with you guys anymore. I want to go and do my own thing, and I'm not a child anymore. And then she like was dumb and pricked her finger on a spinning wheel and fell asleep for a long time.
I have a question.
Hunter has a question. He's raising his hand.
I don't know the difference between Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty.
Cinderella?
Which one was the one that was sleeping in the thing?
Sleeping
in the
Beauty.
casket? I thought with the apple.
That was Snow White. That was
Snow White.
So, yes.
But Sleeping Beauty was different.
Why are they different? I don't understand.
Okay. So I'll break it down. Cinderella was the girl with the glass slipper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then Sleeping Beauty was the one who pricked her finger to go to sleep, Snow White's
She
the
was
one
cursed by Maleficent.
who bit an apple to go to sleep. Maleficent is the lady witch dragon.
Which I think honestly is like the biggest reason I put Sleeping Beauty in above Snow White is not because of Aurora herself, but because Maleficent is a crazy cool bad guy. Like in terms of just overall story.
Really, the only part of Sleeping Beauty that I remember.
Prince Philip is one of my favorite Disney princes. He's a cool guy.
I'm assuming from context that is also Sleeping Beauty.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think that we'll put them there in D tier because the princesses themselves, we have not gotten to any really good like role models for young people yet. So
probably because we're doing a lot of the earlier ones, I assume.
Yeah.
These are
good fairy tales, but
good
fairy tales, but just not not a lot of substance to them.
Yeah. Along those same lines is Ariel, who I actually think is a terrible role model for children. Because she's like, but Daddy, I love him, and I want to give up my voice so I can have legs for this man I don't know.
That's stupid.
And her dad was like, you shouldn't do that. And she was like, well, then I'm just going to go to a witch and have her do it for me.
Yeah, she won't. There's no way she'll double cross me.
No. This is totally going to be fine. And you're like, child, you're 16.
I thought she was like 14.
She might be. I don't know. She's not legal.
Just call it 15. Just call it 15. Get it right in the middle.
Yeah, but that's an older European country. It was normal.
And again, I guess maybe I'd put her in D tier again, just because so many other aspects of the story are so good. So Ursula is a fantastic bad guy. The music is some of the best, like early Disney music.
She can sing, but
she got some pipes on her.
Yeah,
she does.
Yeah, but what else does she do to like fix the problem in the movie? Because I don't see her doing.
It's been a long time since I've seen it. I think that I don't know. I know Prince Eric is the one who eventually takes down Ursula.
So are you sure? I'm looking at it. Are you sure that's not Queen Mira? It looks a lot like Queen Mira. I'm just saying.
Mira's DC Hunter.
I know, but I'm just saying. It looks almost
not even
like
Disney.
It's whatever. It's not even Disney now.
Right.
Mira doesn't have isn't a mermaid. Ariel can't control water.
She kind of is. Like, she's basically a mermaid.
She doesn't. No, she's
so off topic.
Basic.
Okay, that's another topic.
I should have known this was gonna happen. Okay, next one. I'm leaving her at D unless anyone has an issue with that.
I don't know anything, so sure.
Okay.
That's
I'll take your word for it.
I'm gonna put Belle at A.
Why?
Because I like her. No. Belle goes into A for me because she is absolutely positively a feminist and a role model. She loves knowledge and learning, and she's compassionate. She's a huge nerd, which I just adore about her. And the story, I feel like the story is pretty good. It definitely has some really memorable characters like Gaston. So I just feel like it's a quality movie. Stands the test of time. She's a quality princess.
All right.
Okay.
Hunter's got a question.
I'll not go ahead with who I think she is. Which one is she from?
She's Beauty and the Beast.
Okay,
I wanted them to guess.
That's what I was gonna say, but also, it is another thing with fables. They just call her Beauty.
Right.
So,
yeah. Well, she's Belle because it takes place in France, and Belle means beauty in French. So it's basically her name is still Beauty.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, clearly I know too much about this one. She's my favorite.
Yeah.
Just because I'm like, I feel like we'd be friends. We'd be just like sitting on a fountain reading books all day, and it'd be great. But I really do think she's a good role model.
Yeah. She's definitely got more to her than the other ones that we've talked about.
Yeah.
Her and Beast actually have some form of relationship, some kind of relationship more than any that we've seen in
actually
so far.
A good relationship, don't they?
Yeah, they actually like work out their issues together, and there's no
well, they actually kind of start out
outside.
as friends, which is cool.
Yeah,
Well, not start out, but they have
and
a
they
really
have this,
nice progression of like
yeah.
enemies to friends to lovers, whereas Ariel, it's like, oh my god, he's cute, I'm gonna marry him. And you're like, Ariel, stop.
Or
And
like some of
Eric's
them,
like,
or
oh,
like some of
cool.
them where
This
it's
woman
just
came out of the. This Eric's like, oh, cool. This chick came out of the water and she's singing and she's got some nice pipes. I'll marry her.
Yeah, pretty
or
much.
like some where it's like, oh, this random stranger just kissed me while I was sleeping. Okay.
Okay, for the record, it was never a random stranger. There were no random strangers. Prince Philip and Aurora danced in the woods together one time.
Yeah,
And when they did that, they were strangers. And then later they kissed. So,
Okay, that makes it so much better.
so much better.
So much.
Yeah. No.
But
No,
yeah,
Prince Philip actually is one of my favorites, but
yeah, but like I say, that like we're saying that Belle and Beast actually work through some of their issues and their
got some substance. Well, the whole
develop a
thing,
relationship, and there's no like there's not really much of like, oh, like that person's this. I'm attracted to this person initially.
right? Well, that's actually kind of the whole point.
Yeah. Look for they find their relationship was built on what's inside.
Because there's the contrast between Beast and Gaston, where Gaston is supposedly attractive but just a complete jerk, and the Beast is a monster but like has this really soft heart on the inside, and she sees through all of that, and it's really cool.
Yeah,
I mean, she basically dates Chewbacca, so.
Basically, he's a big sweetheart.
Yeah.
and she actually does help him out after, like in the movie, like she doesn't just let him save the day.
Yeah. Next is Jasmine.
Yeah.
That's
Jasmine.
from Aladdin.
Yes, good
job.
I know that.
Hunter.
Well
Good
done.
job.
Yeah.
I have conflicted feelings about Jasmine because I feel like she's kind of a brat, spoiled.
She is a princess.
I mean,
so.
I couldn't tell you anything about Aladdin in general except that Robin Williams voices the genie.
The genie, yes.
That's true.
Which,
that's about
honestly,
the only thing I have.
his presence in the movie definitely bumps the movie up a lot.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because he was definitely like the most important part of that movie.
Yeah.
So as a princess, though, how do we feel about her as a role model?
I don't know.
I'm thinking about the movie.
She definitely, I feel like, stands up for what she believes in.
Yeah, she's got an independent streak going on.
Yeah,
she doesn't want to just
comes
be
across a little bit
married off.
Yeah, it comes across a little bit bratty, but I think it comes from a good place.
Yeah.
Of like knowing what she wants and going after it.
Yeah.
And I don't recall that she is in The Wolf Among Us, so I know virtually nothing about her.
I hate you so much today.
You should have known what you were getting into when you chose
I
this
know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm having fun. I think I'll put Jasmine at a B.
Yeah, I mean, her and she does bring like the independence. She does want to things to move forward in the country, especially for her own sake. And
but for the most part,
she does seem to have like a very caring attitude, even though she's been a princess and isolated and spoiled. Has been given everything. She has those good qualities about her.
But for the most part, I feel like my biggest the biggest message I would send Jasmine if I could would be like, there's probably a better way to do this. Like anytime she does anything, I'm like, yeah. I mean, I get what you were going for there, but I don't really feel like the process is working for you. But I give her a B.
Yeah.
The next one, this is actually probably one of the two I know the least about, is Pocahontas.
I like
It's
Pocahontas.
like one of the VHS tapes I did not have.
I did have it, and that was one that I remember watching.
We also had it.
Okay, well then tell me about Pocahontas.
And I like Color of the Wind. That's a good
She's
song.
probably up there with Leia.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, like the movie is completely inaccurate.
Yeah, that's why I have a hard time with it, because we're ranking them on based on their movie appearance, their Disney.
But still, that's what this episode's kind of about, just ranking
Deal
Disney
with it.
princesses. But yeah, she does a lot. Like she's usually just doing things by herself. She's also is like Jasmine. She doesn't want to be married off. She just
Tell
wants
me,
to enjoy, like, do her own thing. But she does still care about, nature and her
mhm.
people and all that.
Tell me about her relationship with it's John Smith, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
think.
because I have a bit of a problem wanting to put her at S,
Okay.
and it is because I'm also kind of judging her character as who she actually was.
Well, don't do that. Stop
Yeah,
that.
you
I
can't.
know,
But you can't do that in this one.
I mean, I guess
Like,
she's at an S because I recall that the relationship was decent enough in the movie,
it wasn't like,
Mhm.
like that they were pretty equal, or maybe she
Yeah,
was even better. Maybe.
yeah, she
I know in
definitely
real
was
life
able
it
to,
wasn't
like,
like that.
show him via the catchy song that, hey, you can't just destroy everything you see. It's good to appreciate nature. Um, you know,
I just have a hard time putting her in the S tier because first of all, I don't know much about her, but second of all, our next one is Mulan,
mm,
and for
yeah.
me, Mulan is just like so much better than Pocahontas,
Mm.
in my
Again,
personal
I
opinion.
mean,
But
I
she
could
also
see
does.
Pocahontas being an S. I could also just see her in A. I would
Yeah,
settle for
yeah,
A.
Okay,
yeah. Also, right.
okay,
But
I'm gonna put
yeah,
her
even
A.
though she does kind of, I don't know. She, like, it's the thing. Her and John have a decent relationship, and, like, the movie relationship is decent because they actually seem to kind of grow, kind of have a natural, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
relationship, and she does, like, try to break the tension between the settlers and the natives in the
Okay,
movie.
all right, yeah. But like I said, next is Mulan, and for me, Mulan is like an automatic S tier.
Yeah, yeah,
Because clearly, very feminist, very much like I can do whatever you can do, um, and saves China, so that's kind of a big deal.
It's
yeah,
been.
yeah.
I haven't. I'm. What year did Mulan come out? Was that like two?
98.
That wasn't like,
Yep,
yeah. Okay, I was like, that wasn't like
98.
2000, right? Yeah, because I
Uh,
want to say the last time I saw Mulan was probably in the 90s, maybe very early
Mulan is
2000s.
definitely one that I'm like, you should just go
Yo,
watch it again because the
yeah.
music is amazing. The story is really good. Like, there's a
I
lot of
Hmm.
really memorable characters. Eddie
I will
Murphy is
Yeah,
cool
not
too.
be able
yeah.
to listen to what is it, Make a Man or something,
Oh,
without thinking
Make
of
a man out
Dragon
of you.
Ball Z abridged. That's
Well,
all I'll
that's what
be
they
that's
got
able
it.
okay. That's okay.
I know,
Well, that's fine.
That's
That's fine.
that's
But the story is great, and I think as a role model, she's definitely
Yeah,
someone that people can emulate. Um,
mm,
for any gender children.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
She sacrifices. She says, "Oh, there's a war going on, and I want my
Mm-hmm.
dad to die in the war because
Right.
I can see that's what's going to happen. So I'll step in and do it myself.
Yeah.
I know the risk of pretending to be a man, and
Mm-hmm.
or the risk of going to war, but I'm willing to do that, and I'm willing
Right.
to be trained and do whatever it takes to save everyone, and
So
she
it's
does.
loyalty to her family and to her country, and a lot of
Hmm.
bravery.
Yeah.
And she tries so hard. Like, she freaking
Oh yeah.
sucks
Yeah.
at being a soldier at the beginning, but she ends up
Hmm.
being like really, really good at it, and
Yeah.
just like doesn't ever give up. And that's
Yeah.
really cool.
And yeah, she's just cool.
She's awesome. The next one I think should definitely be S tier is Tiana.
Tiana.
Are you guys familiar with The Princess and the Frog?
I watched it once. Uh, let's see,
I
and
saw the trailers.
I was very impressed by just the movie in general, and then but now looking at like her like, but then kind of looking at looking at her story through like
Mm-hmm.
different, like, just kind of reading about, kind of re looking at the movie and like the details of the movie. It's like, yeah, she does a lot for herself,
Mm-hmm.
and she
Yeah.
kind of, and like she actually does have that kind of that Beauty and the Beast treatment with her and the prince and the prince, so where they both are kind of become uh like like they kind of develop a relationship that's outside of like,
Mm-hmm.
hey girl.
Yeah, and it starts off really kind of negative because Prince Naveen is so like, hey, and she's like leave me alone. But it does grow, and you can like see the progression of not only like a romantic relationship, but of like their friendship.
Yeah.
And how much they trust each other and things like that, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
She works, and she's worked hard all her life, and she just wants to. She has like one thing. She's not really chasing like riches and or a title. She just wants this thing here, and then she ends up getting that and like 10 times more.
Well, and she's not even pursuing like her own dream. She's pursuing her dad's dream, which I think is really
cool.
Which is to own a restaurant, in case you didn't know, Hunter.
Okay, I didn't know. Again, this is one that I have no idea about.
You really should see it. It's honestly one of my favorites. It's the first gift I ever bought Patrick, my husband, was this, because he loves Disney movies and his family's from Louisiana and he'd never seen it, and I was like, dude. Like, we weren't even dating at the time. I was like, you have to see it. It's so good. And I really like the story of The Princess and the Frog is a pretty basic, really short kind of story. It's like, there's a girl and a frog, and she kissed the frog, and it became a prince. And this takes that story. And this takes that story and completely turns it on its head.
Dials it to 11.
Yeah, has really amazing characters. If we want to talk about villains, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. But
I guess the voodoo priest.
The voodoo man, is such a cool villain. And just all around
on the other side.
Yeah. And there's great characters just throughout the entire thing. And she works hard. She's a hardworking girl.
Yep.
She's a working girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
She works her butt off.
And I'm sure I guess she still is, yeah.
She works her butt off.
Okay, at the same place that a lot of those girls end up working in Fabletown, I guess. There's a lot of working girls in there.
I'm not listening anymore. Next we have Rapunzel.
That's another one I've never seen.
Really?
I never saw. I didn't watch Tangled either.
You guys have never seen Tangled? I love Tangled.
Never seen it.
Nope.
I love her.
I'm loosely familiar with the story of Rapunzel.
Yeah.
Well,
I've heard the
story is loosely related to the story of Rapunzel.
Huh?
Yeah.
The Tangled is loosely related to the story of Rapunzel, so.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not.
No, I'm being 100% serious. Because the actual story of Rapunzel is, well, first of all, much darker than the movie is, because they always are. It's her mom was pregnant and really wanted some Rapunzel, which was like a kind of cabbage, and so she stole it from her neighbor, who was a witch, and had to trade her firstborn child, who got locked in a tower. Prince came to save her. He fell out of the tower and impaled his eyes on some thorns.
As one does.
Wow.
After impregnating her.
As one does.
So she ends up like wandering through the woods, trying to find her blind boyfriend with twins in her arms, and it's like a whole thing. And then she cries on him, and he gets better. So that's the actual story.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the actual story.
Nothing with her hair being long beyond like that's how he got up to see her.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and she lived in a tower, and she does heal her kind of boyfriend at the end of Tangled by crying on him. So spoilers.
Okay.
Now I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah.
It's really good though. The characters are really phenomenal.
Nope, never gonna watch it now.
Yeah, no, you spoiled the ending.
But why do you want her? Why do you see her in the A tier?
So part of this is definitely just me really liking her. I kind of feel like I get Rapunzel, at least this version of her, because she, I was homeschooled my whole life, and she like was locked in a tower by herself, and always runs around barefoot, and I'm like, girl, same. That's kind of the biggest reason. She's got a very similar kind of outlook on life that I would like to have. But she definitely is brave and goes for what she wants.
No, we still
and
have
is compassionate.
that one.
I know. I knew someone was going to say that. She's very compassionate and like artsy. I think she's cool. The story itself, I think, is more of why it goes in A tier, because again, the characters are phenomenal. Mother Gothel is a really, really amazing villain. And there's like weird little like symbolism things everywhere.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
She's just a good time. She's just fun and happy.
She's a good time.
And
is she as good a time as some of those working girls?
I feel like you're making this weird, and I don't appreciate it.
Hey, you're the one that made it
I
weird.
know,
I'm
I
just
know,
making
I
it
said
weirder.
You know, I just leave me alone.
Put her in C. She goes in C.
No.
But C
I
tier
don't
is
want
empty.
to. But that's okay. I might put, I don't know. I might put one of these in C tier.
Okay.
I like her. You guys don't know much about her, so you can't fight me on it.
She's terrible. I hate her. She's
I don't think she's as good of a role model as Mulan or Tiana or Leia.
She's too bubbly.
Yeah.
I like
she has
that.
too much hair.
She does have
too
a
much
lot
hair.
of hair. But Flynn Rider is like one of the best like Disney characters of all time.
We're not judging them on.
Yeah, exactly. We're not judging them based on their secondary characters.
Fine.
No, I don't really. Again, me and Josh know nothing about her. You can put her wherever you want.
She's better than Princess Jasmine. I'm putting her in A tier.
Well, then put Jasmine in C.
Okay, Jasmine goes to C.
And I can't help but play with my hair.
Rapunzel goes to B. All right.
I think Brave was next, right?
Technically Frozen was next, I think.
Was it? No, I'm pretty sure Brave was
maybe
before
was
Frozen.
it next? I don't know. This list might not be quite right.
I'm pretty sure
Brave's not even on this one.
I'm pretty sure was Brave Disney?
Brave is Pixar.
That's what I was thinking actually. Because I just thought about that. I'm like, wait, she was Pixar, right? Or that was Pixar. Yeah. I don't know her name.
I'm gonna put Merida in B with Rapunzel.
I mean, okay, actually I will allow Pixar since we have Leia.
Yeah. Because I feel like she's very independent, clearly, and she tries to do her own thing, but I feel like I don't know, maybe she should go with Jasmine. I feel like she's actually very similar.
I mean, I remember, since it's more recent, not by much, I have seen her since a lot of these, but I remember her not feeling like she was as independent as, like, throughout the whole movie as maybe she started off, and as they showed her in the
possibly. Well, I feel like the biggest issue I have with her and like her story is she basically just spends the entire movie trying to fix the problem that she made.
Yeah.
And she does like I think probably the most redeeming part of the whole thing is like her repairing her relationship with her mom. And that's really cool, and how they kind of learn to respect each other again by the end. But at the same time, it's like, Merida, like, this is your fault. You're the one who was like, I don't want to do what you tell me, and I'm going to turn you into a bear. And
now, is this the like her mom wanted her to be more of a traditional
lady
princess lady and get ready to take over?
And she's like, I just want to ride my horse and shoot arrows.
Which is, I completely agree.
I mean, that's fair, but
sounds like more fun than ruling over a bunch.
But then again, that's why she goes with Jasmine, I think, because it's like, I don't want to get married to who you tell me. I don't want to do things the way you want me to. I'm gonna react to that in not the best way.
Right.
All right, next we have the sisters. We've got Elsa and Anna, who I guess technically are like not on the list of Disney princesses. I know Elsa's technically a queen, but they're like not officially Disney. I don't know. It's weird.
Like, she was a princess.
Well, Anna is a princess, and then
but
Elsa
they're like, if you look up a list of official Disney princesses, they're not on there. I don't know why. But we did Princess Leia, so we're doing these two.
Yeah.
All right.
And
I'm sorry, but what was her name? Marin or
Merida?
Merida. She shouldn't have been.
Her name.
She's on there. Why shouldn't she have been? Oh, because Pixar.
Yeah.
But Leia, Star Wars.
I know, but I'm saying you said she wasn't on the list.
She's on the official. Yeah, Merida's on the official list. Leia is not.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so we got Anna and Elsa. What do you guys know about Frozen?
Elsa can shoot ice out of her hands. It's cool.
That's pretty cool.
It technically is very cool.
It's very cool.
It's ice cold.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like there's the issue of just fixing problems that you caused.
Yeah.
She
and in that I was gonna say because of that I would probably rank Anna higher.
I think,
but also Anna kind of sucks.
Anna, she kind of the psychologist talked about her too, and was like, she was kind of that girl that I guess she was kind of like swooned by like that prince, that bad prince, and was like taking with him, and then said, oh this is our relationship now, which is kind of similar to some of these other
low tier ones,
low tier princesses here.
I think one of my favorite things about their story collectively is kind of the class, like the turn on the classic true love's kiss, or like true love is the only thing that can break the spell, and it actually turns out to be the true love between sisters is what like eventually breaks the spell, which I think is really
the power of love.
Yeah, but it was like specifically, it was like it has to be love and it has to be true love, and it's like, well, you don't need that to be between like a girl and a boy, but it's like sisterly love, it counts.
Yeah.
Right? Which I think is really cool, especially being someone who has sisters. Hunter. Stop.
Power of love. Oh, sorry. You said power of love. All I could think of was Huey Lewis.
We should do an outro with you singing the power of love.
Okay.
All I know is if I started singing in the middle of recording, you would be so mad.
Yeah. This is a Disney episode. You can there's expected singing. Maybe not of Huey Lewis songs, but
no, probably not. No. Probably not. I'm still waiting for someone on the internet had the brilliant idea of creating a Disney princess who like is terrible at singing, but halfway through the movie they figure out she can rap.
Yeah,
like I want that so badly.
I'm down with that. That
would be so cool.
I'm down with that.
Anyway, Anna and Elsa.
She can beatbox.
I don't know. I guess maybe I definitely want to put them kind of like middle of the road.
Yeah,
I would say Anna might be maybe a B or C.
I'm instinctively wanting to say okay. So I want to say Anna B and Elsa A, but that's also because I just want these columns to try to even out. So then I want Moana to be F. So so it looks good.
Now, I didn't see Frozen 2, so I don't know what happened.
I haven't seen Frozen
2. So we're all just going off the first movie.
Yeah.
Here. So, I mean, from what I've seen,
there's a lot of these
Anna has
sequels that I've never seen.
Anna seems like she's trying to pull her sister out of her funk or her fear or whatever.
Yeah,
and she also kind of, but then when she goes off, it does her ditzy thing. She tries to, and when things go bad with her sister, she tries to go out and help her, but she's still kind of, stumbling a little bit.
So I guess my biggest thing is like clearly the story is the same, right? Like the story that they're in and everything is the same.
But it's different.
So I guess
they go on very different journeys.
They have different adventures. Yeah. But I feel like the biggest thing that we need to think about if we're going to be putting them in different tiers is like, why would one be better than the other?
So in my opinion,
and I don't think Elsa having ice powers is like a legitimate reason.
But because she's Sub-Zero just without fatalities.
Does
that make her a good role model?
No, so I
because I would argue Anna's a better role model.
I personally think Elsa should actually be a tier above Anna as we have it here, as I said.
Yeah.
But that's because Anna spends the whole time looking for other people's help and she feels kind of whiny and not very independent. And Elsa's just like, you know what? Screw you guys. I'm just gonna go do my own thing.
She ran away.
She ran away to do her own awesome thing.
She ran away because she was afraid.
Awesome. She made everything just for herself. And
I would argue
the cold never bothered her anyway.
I would argue that they should go together. Because I feel like they're both characterized by making some pretty bad mistakes at the beginning of the movie. Number one, freezing their entire city. Number two, falling for a guy who's clearly evil.
Yeah.
But it's very much like a redemption story for them, trying to figure out how to fix these issues and
also a coming of age, because both of them lost their parents at a young age. They didn't really have anyone to really show them what to do. I mean, I don't remember any adult role models and adult parental figures in the movie. So they kind of had to figure things out on their own, overcome their shortcomings / trauma, and kind of learn to just draw each other forward and then rule that way.
And I think their relationship actually goes along those same lines as well, because they start off very distant and not really talking to each other, and then they grow together meaning like they both grow with each other, then they also grow closer. So
Mhm.
I feel like they should just go together.
Yeah.
And I'm happy putting them in a B tier.
Yeah,
It's fine.
definitely. I guess I can't say anything because I still haven't seen Tangled. So, but yeah,
I think
that's fine.
I just really like Rapunzel.
They definitely have less. They definitely have less issues than they have more issues than Pocahontas or Belle, but they do more and grow more than the characters in the C tier.
Yeah.
Maybe Meredith grows kind of has a similar growth, but
yeah. But like everything she does is legitimately just like her fault.
Yeah.
It's just like Meredith, why? Yeah. And then we've got Moana, and I have not seen Moana.
I have not seen Moana either.
None of y'all have seen Moana?
I know absolutely nothing about.
I had to watch.
I know
Moana,
nothing about that movie except I'm pretty sure The Rock voices a character in it.
He does.
I know people are obsessed with Moana.
Except you're welcome. Y'all don't know.
I've seen that meme. I've seen that meme where it's where he has a gun and it says, "What can I say except delete this?" or something, and it's like it's a response meme.
But y'all don't know. I had to watch this movie like 7 or 8 times because it was Thanksgiving. My nephew was over. I'm sure he was like, he had been like 4, three or 4, and he made me watch. He wanted to watch Moana like over and over and over again, and which was like, oh, so. You know,
I guess my question,
it's adorable, but still, like I know this movie now.
I feel like knowing absolutely nothing about Moana, knowing that she's very popular and that I have anti-conformist tendencies, I tend to like things or not like things just because other people like them. I would probably put her in A because I feel like she gives off a very similar vibe to Pocahontas.
Yeah, but she actually does things like on the same tier as like the help that she's given. She's given like she gets a lot of help from like her ancestors and Maui and she takes that help and kind of she also works with them to save the day and to save everyone. But it was her that she realized how to fix a problem without having to I guess do destroy something, or she learned to use her wits and her natural instincts.
So are you agreeing with me that she should be an A, or are you saying she should be higher?
She could be higher because she does kind of pulls a kind of a Milan because she does save everybody.
All right, we'll put Moana in S tier. I don't have anything more to say about her because I don't know anything about her.
Yeah, I know nothing. Well, I know absolutely nothing except
she seems very independent and like she goes after what she wants.
I didn't know that she was a princess until you put her on the princess list.
Yeah, she's like next in line to rule for in her island country.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. We do have a couple honorable mentions, and these I think I'm only going to go with 2 because I think both of these should go in S tier. The first one would be Kida from Atlantis.
Kida.
She's super cool and curious and saves her people and is self-sacrificing and like all of these lovely things. And I don't know why she's not on the official list because it's a Disney movie. And she's
everybody forgot about her.
And she's so awesome. Cool. And honestly,
she was awesome.
The movie of Atlantis is so good. Like that's absolutely one of my favorites.
That's the one that does have Queen Mira and Aquaman and.
No.
I hate you.
There are no people. No one in that movie can breathe underwater.
Fine.
Yeah.
No.
They live in a dome.
It also is really funny because you guys, I know I talk about Stargate a lot.
Really? Wait, what's Stargate?
Stargate. And it turns out that the Stargate movie is basically just Atlantis.
Yeah.
The main character is an archaeologist who goes and like falls in love with the lady on her planet, and some people want to take what the resources they have and use them for profit, and they have to stop them. And it's that's Atlantis.
I feel like you're describing Avatar. That's all I can think.
No,
of.
Avatar is Pocahontas.
Okay, yes, it is definitely.
But Zoe Saldana's character it could be considered a princess now because the movie Disney owned.
Our honorable mention, which I'm sure you guys will have no problem with me putting in S tier, is Shuri.
Yes, I was gonna say Shuri.
Yes, from Black Panther. If anyone's forgotten, she is absolutely. The movie's fantastic. Her story is fantastic, and she's honestly like one of the most amazing role models for young people, especially young girls that I've seen in a long time. Especially being someone who's really interested in STEM myself, science and math and stuff like that. I'm like, hell yeah, Shuri. She's great.
And I don't think it has happened in
all the
I
brains.
don't think it's happened in any of the movies yet, but
No.
I'm pretty sure in the comics she actually does end up leading Wakanda.
I would imagine.
So upgrades from princess to
some combination or arrangement of either she's leading or she actually becomes Black Panther.
I think the general consensus among women, general consensus, I don't think everyone agrees with this, is Captain Marvel, I think, was kind of designed to be like, hey, we're getting a female superhero and that's awesome, and we'll girl power. But Black Panther actually was felt way more like a girl power movie than Captain Marvel because of Shuri and because of the
bodyguard.
The crown guard, essentially.
Yeah, the royal guard.
Yeah.
Michonne.
You just feel I felt girl power watching that movie, and I was like,
the Dora Milaje. Yeah, the Dora Milaje was just
But Captain Marvel was like, nah. So, and Shuri is a princess, so I was like, yeah, Shuri.
How dare you badmouth Captain America?
Captain Marvel.
Oh, I thought you said Captain America.
No, I love Captain America.
I just heard Captain.
Captain America does not give me girl power vibes.
Okay. Because, you said it had a girl
Neither
in
does
it,
Captain
and
Marvel.
all I was thinking of was Peggy Carter.
She does give me girl power vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely Women Crush Wednesday kind of material.
Yeah. She can stay. She can stay. She can stay.
But not a princess.
Yeah, not a princess.
But Shuri is a princess, so she gets to be on this list.
Did we have any more honorable mentions, or we want to wrap up?
Sidekicks. I thought about mentioning that.
Sidekicks?
Yeah, I think most of them have animal sidekicks.
Oh golly! Well, Mushu is the best.
Mushu Pork.
I just need to be done, so I don't have to talk to Hunter anymore today.
That's usually why people try to be done with.
Normally, it's not that way, but this week you're just
Mushu's awesome.
Really trying my nerves.
Hey, I told you when you even suggested this
I'm not having
topic.
this conversation right now. I think what we've learned here is, for the most part, Disney's gotten better at making princesses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely, we have the early ones are lower down, kind of one-note sort of characters, and then they get more complex and more independent as you go up.
And then more science fiction-y.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's it from us.
Especially if they're bought out by a certain company.
So just for our final thing, our S-tier princesses are Mulan, Tiana, Moana, Kira, Shuri, and Leia.
A lot of eyes.
Yeah, kind of. All right. Well, that's it for our Disney Princess tier list. What's going on next time?
Next week, we are discussing power levels.
I don't know what that means.
Everyone power up and get your, take all week if you have to get to your maximum power,
Okay.
I want to be able to feel your energy,
You're going to have to send us a very detailed description of what you want us to actually do.
Well, okay, let's talk more about...
We're not going to talk about it right now.
Okay.
Let's not talk about it right now. Right now, we're going to wrap up for this week. Yeah. Let us know if you are just... I'm sure someone out there is really offended with where I put Ariel on this tier list. Let's be honest, she's a brat. She's kind of just a brat, and she's a little dumb.
Yeah.
But fight me.
With it. Yeah.
Fight me.
Bring it.
Seriously, do it. You can find her address on our website.
No.
Yeah.
On nerdvariety.com.
But I am very sensitive, so if you send me mean tweets on Twitter, I will probably cry, and that's just about as good. So.
She'll send me after y'all.
But I think that's it for this
week. That's not threatening, guys. Just so you know.
That's it for this week.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Remember to check out nerdvariety.com if you want to see any updates.
We have a website now.
Good place to find all of our stuff. We don't have much stuff. but
not much stuff. We're working on it. It's a work in
Yeah.
progress.
Yep.
But until next time, nerd out.
Nerd out.
see you guys.
Farewell.